What's up, guys? Slaughterfit's back here with another video, and this time I have another Skyrim build for you guys. This build is a Sotha Sil Cultist. If you don't know, Sotha Sil is one of the living gods of the Dunmer. I think he is long dead by the times of Skyrim.
The Dawn Guard
But
is looking
God,
for
shut up,
anyone
Durack.
willing to fight
I think he's been gone for a while by the time Skyrim took place. But I mean, Shore's gone, and there's still people that worship him. So yeah, so basically, this is a guy that worships Sotha Sil. I'm kind of forget exactly what Sotha Sil's sphere of influence is, so I basically just made this guy kind of more of like a magic wizard dude with the Sotha Sil theme. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. So for weaponry, this guy uses some spells like Conjure Skeleton Warlock, paired with a Dwarven Sword and the Staff of Echlno. I don't even know how you say this. Let me look at it one more time. Elno Eddie. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But basically, when I looked up, info about him, what came up a lot is that he always fights with a staff. His staff is a specific one. I'm blanking on its name, but it's a specific one that's not in the game. So I just picked something that kind of fits aesthetically, and the abilities are good. So the staff of Elno Edie or Ed or whatever that says. Basically, I picked it because I thought the aesthetic kind of fit with Sotha Sil. He's kind of he's an interesting aesthetic. His the whole clockwork aesthetic, which almost seems more dwarven. Like a lot of builds I see of him, they're just using dwarven armor and saying, just pretend it's Sotha Sil armor. So his aesthetic seems very similar to the dwarven aesthetic that's in Skyrim. You could almost be argued that it's that way because the dwarven aesthetic in Morrowind was very different, and they changed it in Skyrim, and he's not in Skyrim, so they're not really worried about overlap in terms of kind of look and aesthetic. But anyways, long story short, I thought this kind of fit with something he would use. I don't know. I looked up this weapon, couldn't find any info on it or lore. So I don't know if it's just some new thing they made for the Creation Club or if it was in past games. I don't know. If you know more about this, let me know. But yeah, cool, unique staff that basically just does Wall of Lightning. When sprayed on the ground, does 50 points of shock damage. But what's different about this, per second I should say, what's different about this is it also absorbs stamina, which isn't super crucial to this build, but it's just a cool little other ability that, since I'll be absorbing stamina, I'll be able to do more power attacks. And then kind of how I was saying a second ago, his aesthetic kind of matches up with dwarven stuff. That's why it shows a dwarven sword. Kind of just, he does these kind of gold, vaguely elven stuff, which is basically what the dwarves do. And so damage of 126 when fully upgraded and boosted by some enchantments. And I enchanted this so it absorbs 22 points of health and does the Chaos enchantment for 50% chance of each element of fire, frost, and shock to do 28 points of damage. Alright, so apparel for this guy was actually kind of a hard decision because the mask is heavy armor, which is a little annoying, and wouldn't it kind of be more of a helmet then? But, whatever. The mask is technically heavy armor, so yeah, it kind of throws off making, like mage cultist builds, and unless you want to go complete heavy armor. But it basically seemed like, amongst what I was, the builds I was seeing people do, the kind of option was dwarven armor or one of the new dwarven armors, and nothing else really works with the aesthetic at all, and I didn't really just want to copy what everyone else was doing, so I decided to do my own take. So yeah, not really the best technically, because you should either kind of lean into one, either doing all heavy armor or doing no armor so you can get mage armor. This is kind of the worst of both worlds. But, that's why I'm having skeleton warlocks fight for me and using a ranged, weapon. So, that's kind of why the fighting style is the way it is, to limit the amount of damage you're taking. So, most of this is clothing, so an armor rating of 0. These are just common robes that were added in with the Creation Club. I just picked them based on the color. Enchantments I gave them are health regenerates 35% faster, magicka regenerates 70% faster. For the Dunmer shoes, this guy is a Dunmer. Let me take off his mask. This guy just tried to make like a super classic looking Dunmer. So Dunmer shoes, magicka regenerates 75% faster, same with health, same with health for this one, meaning, 35% faster. I guess that was kind of misleading. And then gloves, increases your magicka by 70 points, increases heavy armor skill by 28 points. I didn't want to put too much into that, but just a little bit to boost this helmet. Gold emerald ring, health regenerates 35% faster, magicka regenerates 70% faster. As you can see, I just did a lot of regen. Mask of Sotha Sil comes with no enchantments, which is nice. You can give it whatever you want. Conjuration spells cost 28% less to cast. Magicka regenerates 70% faster. And finally, for my necklace, I gave it that same health regen enchantment paired with one-handed attacks do 45% more damage. Alright, so for Conjuration, you're going to want to do Novice all the way through Expert, because this Conjuring Skeleton Warlock is actually a pretty high-level spell. It's Expert because, I mean, you're conjuring mages to fight for you, so you're basically kind of like doubling yourself. So, you know, it's naturally going to conjure, I mean, it's going to take a lot. And then get a Summoner too, so you can do them 3 times as far away. Atromancy, so double duration. Elemental Potency, which means they're 50% more powerful. I've asked this in past videos, but no one's ever responded, so if anyone knows, comment down below. Does this mean they do 50% more damage? Can take 50% more damage? Both? I don't really know what that means. A lot of these are left pretty vague in Skyrim, which I wish they gave you more detailed breakdowns of what it actually does. Anyways, and then finally Twin Souls lets you have 2. And then for one-handed, you're going to want to max out Armsman, so you do twice as much damage. Max out Bladesman, so attacks with swords have a 20% chance of doing even more critical damage. Fighting Stance, power attacks with one-handed weapons cost 25% less stamina. Critical Charge can do a one-handed power attack while sprinting that does double critical damage. Savage Strike, standing power attacks do 25% bonus damage with a chance to decapitate enemies. And finally, Paralyzing Strike, backwards power attacks have a 25% chance to paralyze the target. And then to wrap up the perks, so you're just going to want to max out Juggernaut on heavy armor, just that, because that's the only thing that will affect, you know, just the helmet. Everything else will only have an effect if you're wearing all heavy armor. And then smithing and enchanting, as always, just get, you know, what's needed to, you know, do this. It's the same every time. Novice through Apprentice Restoration, so you can do fast healing. Recovery 2, so Magicka regenerates 50% faster. And then when I have extra perks, I always do Avoid Death, so once a day heals 250 points automatically if you fall below 10% health. Regeneration, they cure 50% more. And finally, Respite, healing spells also restore stamina. Alright guys, so it seems I've already tipped off the people I'm here to fight, the Forsworn obviously. But, you know, let's get it. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn these guys quickly because I am not able to take that much damage, so I want them to, you know, the enemies to focus on these guys. So let's see what these guys can do. I've actually never used these skeletons before. Okay, they're actually doing some significant damage to this looter. Then I fucked her up with that one strike on my highly boosted sword, we could say. Let me take out this lone guy by himself while these skeletons handle that. So as you can see, I mean, you know, I'm wearing basically no armor, and he did almost no damage.
That's close enough.
Oh, that was a one strike. Now, I think where you got to be careful with this build is like heavy strikes. Like if someone hits you with one of those like 3-tap spin around strikes, that could like fuck you up in one in theory if they were a high powerful or high level opponent. Oh, did they take out the mage lady? Damn, they're taking out some high level opponents. What the fuck? She's like one of the highest level here. Okay, so these skeleton warlocks are actually pretty fucking good. They're making quick work of this place. Especially when there's 2 of them. Because to be honest, I mean, magic in Skyrim is not the best, and it's one of the slower forms of, it's one of the slower ways to take people out. But, I mean, if there's 2 of them, you know, that's like double the speed, double the spells. Yeah, she's already running away almost out of health. Because they were basically able to 4-tap her in like no time at all. They seem pretty accurate. I'm not seeing them miss many strikes, even though they're like coming at it from a weird-ass angle down there. Oh, I've yet to use my staff. I kind of forgot about that. Alright, let's see how this staff does. Oh yeah, this staff is fucking them up pretty bad. The one downside of this staff is that, yeah, that's actually sucking their health pretty fucking fast. The one downside with this staff is, it's, you know, you're going to need soul gems to recharge it and be able to do this instead of just letting your magicka naturally recharge. That's the biggest downside. Also, to me, this looks like this is going down pretty fucking fast. Like, even for a staff, this is going down fast. I gotta be careful with this lady. I'm kind of been zoning out. Oh, that was easy. Yeah, so those skeletons make it a lot easier because they're some pretty fucking high-level mages. And, you know, they're distracting the enemies so the enemies don't really know who to focus on. God damn. Yeah, this is actually working out pretty good. Well, I made quick work of this place, so let's go to the cheat room. Alright, guys, so I just spawned a giant and a frost giant. I'm a little curious. Okay, so my guys won't attack right away because they're not aggro. Does one of the giants have like a... Is one of them more aggressive than the other? I'm just curious. Do they function the exact same? No, they function the exact same. Yeah, they became aggro the exact same second. They function the exact same. Oh, Jesus. My fucking warlock's gonna get obliterated by them. I need to back up because I cannot get hit. If I get hit, I'm gonna die. Especially by this frost astronaut. I mean, frost giant. Jesus. Okay, I think I can take out... Yeah. I was able to hit him before he was able to hit me. I still think there was a good chance I would have died. Oh my gosh, yeah, he might be even slower. Can he not run? Because the normal ones I think can do kind of like a run. He doesn't seem like he can do it. Alright, whatever. I think I can take him out with this. Oh, get him, get him. Yes, okay, yeah. That was pretty close. Oh, he also slows you down because it's frost. That is actually pretty fucking good. Okay, so that is going to wrap it up for this video. Let me know what you think down below in the comments of this build. If you think there's more ways I could have made it Sotha Sil specific, I'd love to hear that. Maybe I'll revisit this build at some point. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.